At his peak, Prince wasn't just rich. He was trusted. Banks didn't question him. Governments didn't delay his approvals. Investors didn't ask for proof. And here's the strange part. Prince didn't build apps. He didn't chase trends. He built things that last. Highways, bridges, power plants, real assets, real cash flow. So let me ask you something. How does someone like that lose everything? Not to fraud, not to greed, but to a spreadsheet. Prince believed in systems. Every project he approved went through the same process: risk analysis, projections, stress testing. And at the center of it all was a massive spreadsheet. It projected cash flows 15 years into the future. It told him how much debt he could safely carry, when loans would be refinanced, and how much profit would remain. The spreadsheet had one reputation. It had never been wrong. So when banks asked, "Can you handle more leverage?" Prince didn't hesitate. He looked at the numbers, and the numbers said yes. The spreadsheet wasn't magic. It was built years earlier by a junior analyst working late nights. Deep inside the model was one assumption. Not a risky one, not an obvious one. Just interest rates would behave the way they always had. No one discussed it, because nothing breaks when assumptions look reasonable. And for years, the spreadsheet delivered exactly what it promised. So Prince expanded, again and again. Then interest rates began to rise. Not dramatically, not suddenly, slowly. At first, nothing happened. The spreadsheet adjusted. Margins tightened. Profits shrank, slightly. Banks stayed calm. Investors stayed patient. So Prince kept building. Because when numbers still look fine, humans stop asking questions. But here's what spreadsheets don't explain. Small changes don't hurt immediately. They accumulate. Then something changed. Rates didn't fall back. They stayed high, month after month. And suddenly, the spreadsheet stopped making sense. Projects that once looked profitable were now barely breaking even. Refinancing became expensive, then difficult, then impossible. Prince didn't panic. He had assets. He had relationships. But banks had something stronger: control. Banks stopped negotiating. They started enforcing. Loan covenants were triggered. Assets were frozen. Projects were halted. Not because Prince was broke, but because he was illiquid. And this is something most people don't understand. Companies don't collapse when they lose money. They collapse when cash disappears. Within months, assets were sold cheaply. Equity was wiped out. Control was gone. Prince didn't go to jail. He just faded out. The failure wasn't fraud. It wasn't greed. It was blind trust in numbers. Because spreadsheets don't predict the future. They assume it. And the most dangerous assumptions are the ones no one thinks to. So here's the real question. If a billionaire with assets, advisors, and experience can lose everything this way, what assumptions are you trusting in your own life? Because in business, the most dangerous numbers aren't the ones that look wrong. They're the ones everyone agrees not to question. This is Capital Chronicles.